5:45. I didn't get around to doing any of my like weekly planning last night. Sunday was just kind of busy. I kind of got into like a bit of a cleaning frenzy, and then we went on a little walk, and then I had to wash my hair and stuff, so I didn't get around to doing my weekly plan. So I thought we could do that right now before I jump into things. Okay, so I've gone ahead and mapped out a schedule for this week. I don't usually do this, but I mapped it out like in kind of like time blocks. And I've gone ahead and highlighted all of the most important things for me to do that day. So I have a habit of like writing out to-do lists for each day and then getting really overwhelmed with the amount of stuff on the list. But obviously not everything on the list is the same level of importance, nor is everything the same level of like a time commitment. So highlighting like the 2 or 3 most important things for me to do each day just helps with like my mental capacity. Waking up early and then sitting down at my desk to do a little bit of video editing is usually how my mornings go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that until about 8, and then we're gonna head to the gym all before we have to work. So welcome to the video. It's about 7:45 and just having a little bit of breakfast. We have a bagel with some apple slices and a little bit of coffee. I have, I think, one more video that I want to edit, and then we will head over to the gym. I'm so tired still. Hello and welcome to the start of this week's video. We are going to be doing a little experiment, forming my perfect week. What would my perfect week look like? It's Monday morning. We've already kind of kickstarted our workday, but I'm basically mapping out my week to include all of the things that I want to just prioritize more of. So giving myself more time to do like hobbies during the week and prioritize things like going on walks in the morning if the weather's nice, reading and finishing more books, doing some painting, cozy gaming, rather than just squishing all of that into the 2-day weekend because it's just never enough time. I used to be really good at incorporating all of those things into my daily routine, but I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon. I feel like now my routine is like pretty full. I feel like I'm doing a lot all the time, but I've gotten more comfortable with it to the point where I just want to see if I can push that a little bit more just to make it more holistic and healthy and productive, but really just minimizing the time spent scrolling on my phone and like wasting time dilly-dallying. So to start with, we woke up at like 5:20 this morning. We did a bunch of work on the computer. I went to the gym. I got ready for the day. I'm about to do some stretching, make myself a second breakfast. I'm thinking iced coffee and like some Greek yogurt or something. And then we're gonna dive into work. And then after work, I wanted to play some Stardew Valley. And then the rest of the week is gonna be like cooking and going on walks and starting a new fantasy book and probably working in my sketchbook. So I'm excited. It should be fun. It's finally kind of nice and sunny out. So I think this weekend especially, I'd like to do a little bit of bookstore hopping, maybe just window shopping for now because I don't think I actually need anything, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already like behind on things. So far my week hasn't been any different than how it normally is. I'm always so late to get started in the morning despite waking up early. So I'm gonna hurry up. Ah! Oh, poop, I didn't leave any room for my milk. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, hello. It's 6 o'clock. We've changed outfits for filming another video. I have made dinner, which you saw. It was a veggie stir fry. It was okay. I was actually watching an Ali Abdal YouTube video during my workday, and he mentioned something. The only people who talk about work-life balance are people who've already made it, which I thought was kind of funny. When you are trying to like start a business or like start a new thing, it's really difficult to have work-life balance because you have to dedicate pretty much all your time to like grinding for that one thing, for that, you know, far-reaching goal that you have. I think it was a little bit like serendipitous because I feel like with this video, yes, there's like goals that I'm working towards, but I'm not into like the hustle culture. I don't think that kind of structure in life is sustainable. So my goal here is just to, I've heard people talk about cozy productivity, which I like, cozy goals. That's kind of where I fall with it. It's not meant to be something that's like every waking moment of your free time is spent grinding on one thing. It is time to set up for filming, and I'm very excited. So I've showed this before in my Stardew Valley videos. I have this little checklist of my cozy Stardew Valley goals. I need to do a little refreshing of what our goals are going to be for this gaming rounds. I'm all about cozy productivity until it comes to this game, and then I'm like a capitalist queen, capitalist gremlin. Okay, we've set the tone with the lamp. I was just about to start filming when I had a Facebook Marketplace person come to pick something up, so that was a little interruption, but the hustle never stops. Am I right? It's much later than I wanted to go to sleep, but that just is how it always goes, isn't it? The day gets away from you, no matter how well you plan it. I feel very like not relaxed and very high strung and like wound up. And Mondays are always kind of grindy for me, but I think it was even more so from playing Stardew Valley and trying to just like get everything done. We finished playing, we've laundered, and it's about 10:15, so I need to go to bed, but I think I'm gonna read a couple pages of my book. And by a couple pages, I mean probably just a page or a paragraph or a sentence. But yes, tomorrow will, I think, be a little bit more chill, so hopefully we can make some time for some other fun activities. Good night. Hey everyone, I feel really bad today. I have a headache, I'm tired, I feel ugly, which I hate saying all these things, I hate complaining, but sometimes it is hard to have like 100% intrinsic motivation and zest for life, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna plop on the couch and do my work and maybe watch a show or something. And the thing to keep me motivated today is that I'm gonna film some more Stardew. after work for a couple hours, so that should be fun. And then I'm also planning on starting a new book tonight, so I will fill you in on that when we get around to it. But for now, I think I'm just gonna try to be cozy. Okay, y'all, there has been a slight change of plan. I'm whispering because my partner's having a nap, but I ended up getting a terrible migraine. So I was napping for a couple hours. Thankfully, I feel much better now, but I don't feel quite good enough to game and record myself tonight. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And then tonight, I'm just gonna get cozy. I'm sitting in like a sunny spot on my couch, and I'm going to do a reading night. I'm gonna start Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. This was a book of the month pick for maybe February or March. I can't remember. I opted out because I was like, I'll get it from the library and see if I like it. And if I really like it, then sometimes I like to purchase the physical book. But I got this from my library. I thought it would be a fun book to read because I have not read a single physical book with my eyes all year. We're 3 months in. I've pretty much just been reading or like listening to audiobooks. I want to dedicate more time to reading, and I read things a lot faster when it's on my Kobo. I love this thing. It makes reading such a pleasant experience. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, this is like a popular book right now, maybe? I'm not quite sure. V.E. Schwab quoted, "Impossible to put down." And the byline is, "They've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in every one." It kind of reminds me of How to Lose the Time War, just based off of that. Hopefully it's juicy. I'm just gonna sit here on the couch tonight. I think we're gonna order pizza, and that's it. I am so happy with this turn of events. I forgot to press record. Chat, am I cooked? I haven't read a YA book, let alone a YA fantasy, in so long. Let me read you the first page, some excerpts from the first page. The groom's long chestnut hair was threaded with copper, his beard impressively thick for a man not yet 18. Children? We're talking about children? A smile pulled the groom's crooked mouth wide, his eyes glistening with joy. He had known the bride since the day he was born. So, like, since yesterday. And had dreamed of this day for over a decade. Because you were born yesterday. The bride, however, was coiled like a spring. Dressed in a long linen dress of palest cream and beaded silver, she cut a tall, lithe figure. Every taut line of her body lay in wait. I don't know if I need to read about their young, taut, 17-year-old bodies. I just can't take it seriously. It's okay, it's only the first page. I'm just gonna pretend that they're 25. They're 25. We're just gonna have fun with it. We're just gonna have fun with it. Alright, a little Our Infinite Fates update. I'm not very far in, but it's reading well so far. We follow two characters, well, one character named Evelyn, who is basically like reincarnated over and over again, but she remembers all her past lives, and she never lives beyond 18 because the other character, Arden, who is like some sort of devil entity, basically follows her throughout each of her lives and kills her before she turns 18. But their lives are like their fates are connected. So when one dies, they both die, and then they both get reincarnated. But the twist is that, like, or I don't know if it's a twist, but they always seem to fall in love right before one of them gets killed, which makes me a bit sus, because it's like, how do you not know? Or like, you know that this person's gonna kill you, so why bother being around them? But anyway, we follow Evelyn, who is now in the year 2020 living in Wales, and she has a sister, and her sister is her favorite sister she's ever had, and she also has leukemia. So Evelyn is planning on undergoing a procedure to give her like a blood transfusion or something, and the procedure is in 4 days. But Evelyn is also nearing her 18th birthday, so she's like on the lookout to see if Arden is going to come and kill her, because she wants to save her sister, so she wants to live to at least do the procedure. I also am confused on Evelyn's a girl. Her name isn't always Evelyn, but like she identifies as Evelyn. I can't laugh. And then Arden is sometimes a boy, sometimes a girl. I don't know. I don't know if this is a sapphic romance or not. But yeah, that's where we are now. People have described this book as like a mix between The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and How to Lose the Time War, which, yes, I agree on the latter, but the former I didn't actually really like. I did like V.E. Schwab's Darker Shade of Magic series, but I really didn't like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I thought it was so boring. For a book that follows a woman throughout like all of human history, why does she spend all of that time in New York and France and not do anything interesting? Or she does do interesting stuff, but we don't get to see any of it. I thought it was so boring, and I feel like I'm the only person in the world who didn't love that book. But anyway, I digress. This one is not bad so far, but I feel like I'm too early on to give a real opinion yet. I'm here with my face mask and my weighted blanket, and we shall read. Hi y'all, happy Wednesday. I haven't filmed anything because I was busy being distracted by my brand new phone that came in the mail, and I was busy setting up my new gimbal that I received and my new mic and just playing around with those. So, while also trying to do work. That didn't go so well. Just washed this, so it's a bit crumply. But anyway, we did our workout, we did our editing in the morning, all that good stuff. We're a little behind. I need to make soup, 5:36. And then afterwards, I wanted to film the rest of Stardew. I have probably like 3 hours left to film in that. So we're just gonna make a quick soup. I say quick soup, but I can never cook quickly, so things always end up taking much longer than I anticipate because I can never decide what to put in things. So we're gonna do like a potato soup, I think. Let's see, how many potatoes do we have? We have 5 potatoes. Okay, I'll do like potato, mushroom. Oh my god, why did this happen? I'm embarrassed. Mushrooms, zucchini. That's good enough for now. All right, yeah. Okay, so you saw the book I'm reading. I haven't had the chance to read any more of it since I last updated you, but I would like to correct some of the things that I said because I think I read like a little bit past where I was when I last updated you. So I think Arden is a boy. I was just confused because the prologue was confusing because it was like a woman's voice. Anyway, they've been under this curse together for the past like 1,000 years where their souls are tethered together. So when one of them dies, they both die. And for some reason or another, Arden keeps killing Evelyn before their 18th birthdays. Evelyn wants to figure out why Arden isn't sharing it. He just says like, it would hurt you too much to know, which okay, we're also in Wales in 2022, which is a great setting. I've always wanted to go to Wales. The popular culture of the time has made a certain poetry book go viral in this world, and it's called like 1,000 Years of Loving You or something. This is like a mysterious poetry book that apparently some
travel journalist came across in the Siberian wilderness, and they suspect it was written a couple hundred years ago or something, or 100 years ago, but it's anonymous. They don't know who wrote it. Evelyn comes across this book and she's like, oh, this is about me. Because Arden is described as always having a notebook with him that he's like scribbling in, but he won't let Evelyn read anything from it. And so when Evelyn finally reads this mysterious poetry book that's about her, she's like, oh my God, like we love each other so much. Anyway, that is my book review. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Side note, I am planning on doing a romanticizing spring video and also a catching up on my reading goals type video featuring like a lot of spring books and like springy fantasy. If you're interested in book content, because I know I had a few people join the channel after my like library setup thing. So if you joined because you're interested in reading, please let me know. I haven't been reading recently, but I want to because that's my like top personality trait. Like anybody that knows me in real life is like, oh yeah, you read like 100 books a year, like you're always reading. But I'm like, oh my God, that is me usually, but I haven't been at all lately. So I feel like I'm not myself, you know? Anyway, all that to say is that if you're interested in book content, please let me know, because I would like to make more for you, obviously, but then also for me to hold myself accountable and to like give myself more of an excuse to read more, if that makes sense.
Y'all, it is Thursday evening and I'm just not feeling up to anything. I've decided to postpone my K-drama and painting night until tomorrow or Saturday. And for now, we're just reading. We had a pleasant morning going on our walk near the beach. It was so cold, but it was refreshing. And then I had a not so good day at work, just feeling very like anxious and not so great. So I think what I need is just a reading night, and that'll fix everything. Happy Friday. It's quite late in the day at this point. It's like 3 p.m. and I've just been working, and I worked out this morning. Had a good breakfast. I just did like my editing in the morning, the usual, and I've just been feeling so gross, so I wanted to put a little bit of makeup on. And I've realized that the reason for all my problems is that I just really need to get my hair done. This always happens because I get my hair done like maybe a couple times a year, maybe 3 times a year at most. But anytime let's see, did I just ruin it? Kind of. Anytime my hair cut has become overgrown, I get really frustrated whenever I'm doing my hair. It doesn't look good, and I just feel very unkempt and disheveled and like not put together. And then everything else starts feeling disheveled and unkempt and not put together. And I don't like that. So I'm probably gonna book a hair appointment soon to get that sorted. And then what else? Oh, my skin's been acting up. My eczema's been acting up. Just all bad. So sometimes the least you can do is just put on a little bit of makeup to make yourself feel better. Let's see, maybe I'll put on earrings too. Oh yeah, I've been feeling a bit like anxious this week, I think. And whenever I'm feeling anxious, I tend to spend a lot more time on my phone, and that just makes it worse. So obviously on Wednesday this week is when I
got my new phone, so I was excited to use it that day. But just in general, like a lot of social media consumption has been occurring. So I'm just trying to be more mindful of that because it does take away from like my work time and my hobby time and like self-care time. So just acknowledging that. But I think I've still managed to carve out some good like evenings for doing my hobbies. You guys are like probably wondering why the hell is it taking her 10 minutes to put her earrings in? That is why I try to wear them more often because it hurts. Holy shit, y'all. Emergency stop at home because this matcha latte that I spent $8 on is worst. So we're gonna fix it. I also bought that little tomato candle. Oh my god. How cute. Oh my god, if you can get your hands on a tomato candle, I highly recommend. I fucking love spring. This matcha latte needs help, so it's not strong enough. First of all, I got it hot by accident. I hate hot drinks, and I forgot to say iced. So that's annoying. So I'm gonna ice it, and I'm also gonna make it stronger by adding some more matcha because it's quite watery. And then we're gonna head out. And also because I was so hung up on the incorrect drink, I forgot to go to the library. So no library today because it was by the first bookstore and I don't want to walk all the way back. But we are gonna hit up a smaller, I think it's a used bookstore, and then a few other little places. So test it out. I didn't put any sweetener in it because the coconut milk
is a little bit sweet, so it's better, but it's still a little bit watery. Maybe it's because I got almond milk. Okay. Let's go back out. Well, hi, happy Sunday. We made it a full week. It is a very dreary day today, so not gonna be doing a whole lot. Sundays are usually my cleaning days, rage cleaning, more like it, but I'm gonna be doing that a bit later today. I wanted to kind of start my morning off with my long-awaited little painting session. I have been unbelievably bad at getting started at that this week and like all the other weeks. I think the friction in getting started lies in one, not having a specified goal, I guess, or not having a specified inspiration photo, just like not knowing what to paint. I know there's a lot of stuff that I want to paint, but it's like you need to pick, one thing at a time. So that's been a challenge. And then the second thing is just like getting the supplies out and getting all set up. And so it's a bit more difficult to start and pick up on a whim. So yeah, I'm gonna set aside time this morning to drink my coffee, and maybe I'll put like my K-drama on and do a little painting. And I'm hoping this like kickstarts my brain and like my muscle memory into gear into doing it a little bit more often. I think if I can make it like a simpler habit, carve out like 2 or 3 times each week where I do like 30 minutes, maybe that'll help. But I'm also trying not to be too hard on myself because there are a lot of other things that I'm doing at the same time. So it's not like I'm not getting to any of my hobbies, which is a good segue into the book, Our Infinite Fates. I'm 43% of the way in. I'm on page 322 of 723. If I finish it over the course of me editing this video, then I'll put my final thoughts in like text somewhere and like what I rated it as. Speaking of, follow me on Goodreads. I'll put my username on the screen or in the description. And you'll see everything I'm reading on there because I keep it like 100% accurate, up to date all the time. I'm planning on prioritizing reading a little bit more leading into spring and summer. I feel very motivated to like go sit on a park bench and read. And yeah, if that's something you'd want to see, let me know, please. Otherwise, I think this week was a fairly good week. I feel like I did a lot of stuff. Maybe to you, it's not a lot, but to me, it's a lot because I usually have a very simple, minimalist schedule. I think the lesson of this week is that carving out time for hobbies is effective and it's good, but you also want to like listen to your body and to your mind, and if it's becoming overwhelming and there's too much on your plate, find those ways to kind of pare back. You don't always have to do everything that you schedule for yourself, but when you are feeling up to it, it's nice to have those little pockets of time during your week where you have something you're really looking forward to. So let's get a show up on the screen because I need that stimulation, and let's get the painting supplies out. I think I want to paint some strawberries.